All right, welcome back. So these next group of videos are going to show you how to prepare Chopper to be 3D printed. So if you went through the previous group of videos, tutorials showing how to assemble Chopper, you should have something relatively close to this. Now, you notice I've gone in, I've added a few little extra details from what I went through in the video, and you can do the same as well. But either way, even if you haven't, you should still have a Chopper model that we can prepare to be printed in 3D. So one of the things we're going to do first is we're going to hollow out Chopper. We're going to hollow out his body and his head, so that way he uses less material and it'll keep the cost down for the printing. So the first thing we'll probably do is we're going to create a hole here, and then we're going to hollow out the inside of his body, and and we'll do that in a way that makes sure there's enough thickness on the wall so that he's strong enough to actually stay together. If you do it too thin, he'll just break apart. So currently the best way to 3D print something in color is through the gypsum sandstone option at Shapeways and Sculpteo and the other 3D printing service online companies. And gypsum it's essentially, I mean, it's sandstone, and it's very brittle. It's kind of like brick, except not as strong. So they're currently working on being able to print 3D colored plastic, which would obviously be a lot better. But right now, I know Shapeways they only have that in their beta testing, so it's not quite ready yet for prime time, as they say. So we are going to get this set up for printing in sandstone. Okay, so with that, there'll come different issues that we'll go through as we go through the process. All right, so let's first let's select the body here. I'm going to make sure the important parts are grouped. So I want to make sure his legs are grouped together. And that looks like that's completely grouped. So we'll just group that. And then we'll just go down under color and select multicolor so we don't lose our color information. Okay. Then we'll do the same with the right leg here. Okay, we have that all selected. Group that, and we'll do the same color, multicolor, and we keep all our information. Okay. Uh-oh, I don't think this was selected, so to make sure the back part is selected. And group. Okay. And let's do the same on this side. That seems all one piece, so that's good. All right, now we'll do the same with his head. And I want to select this part here as well. There. And let's group that. And then now we'll select this body. This one is going to be a little harder. So don't want his head. Let's see, do we get the back as well? We got his leg, so let's make sure that's not selected. Okay. That looks like that's all selected, so we'll go group. All right. Okay, so that's all selected. Now, you can, if you don't want to, part of setting up for 3D printing is we're going to have to change some aspects of the model. So if you don't want to ruin the model that you've finished, you want to keep it the way it is, what we can do is we can save a copy out, and we'll say, which is what I've done. I went under design, and I went down to duplicate, and I basically made a duplicate copy of this file, and I named it chopper print. Okay, so you can do the same thing, so that way the original one that you made through the first the video tutorial series showing you how to make chopper won't be affected, so you'll always have that as a backup. Okay, so now let's start hollowing him out. So we're going to create a cylinder. All right, and make it a certain size here. And then I'm going to slide him over. And we want to line it down here as much as we can. And it's a little big, so let's try to center it. Okay, just make it a little smaller. All right. And then I think we can use our align tool. So I'm going to go shift, select that, let's adjust, align. So we want to align it this way and that way. Okay. So that's perfectly aligned, and we want it, only need it to go up a certain height. Okay. And then we're going to copy that. I want to move this down. I'm going to do an edit, duplicate. All right. And then we're going to make this new copy bigger. And the idea is that will hollow out much of this part. So let's just try to align that into position using my arrow keys on my keyboard. Just try to get it as close as you can. Okay, it's pretty close. Now we'll just again use the align tool. Just align. There. So that's aligned. Now we'll just move this up. Okay, so let's turn that into a hole. And I'm going to move that up into his body, like so. And then we're just going to shrink this up a bit. So I can still get a rough idea how high it is. So let's bring that down just a little bit. Okay, and then let's do the same with this. Just want to make sure this overlaps. So actually I'm going to undo that. Okay, so we've got the other one selected, good. And then we're going to shift select the body here, and we're going to group that and see how that goes. Okay, let's see how that went. So that should have hollowed that out on the inside. So now we'll do the same with this, turn this into a hole. Okay, and then when we subtract this part out, we should see a big cavity on the inside. So shift select the body and group. Okay, and yeah, there we go. We've got that all cut out. That's great. Oh, see, that's what I was afraid of. So that cuts into there. So that's not solid. So we don't want that. We want that to be completely solid, as you can see. Goes right through there. So that's easy. So we just use our trusty undo. There. So in the next lesson we'll try a workaround to make this work. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.